Ever noticed how at 2:17 a.m. you suddenly tell the truth about everything? When you're tired, your emotional filters clock out and your real thoughts take the mic. In this episode of Clarity with a Cup of Tea, we break down the psychology behind why exhaustion turns people into accidental truth-tellers. From trauma leaks to unplanned confessions, people say things when they're tired that they'd never say at full battery. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. When you're tired, your internal editor clocks out. All day, your brain is quietly filtering your thoughts. Don't say that. That'll make things awkward. Keep the peace. But when you're exhausted, that editor gets lazy. And suddenly, the thought you've been rewriting for hours just walks straight out of your mouth. Not because you're trying to be dramatic, but because your brain no longer has the energy to protect everyone else's comfort. This is why tired honesty feels shocking. It's not new information, it's unfiltered information. The thought was always there. You were just editing it for survival. And here's where it gets interesting. When you're tired, it's not just thoughts that slip out. It's feelings you didn't know you were holding in. Which brings us to sign number 2. When you're tired, your emotions stop waiting for permission. Normally, your brain likes to translate feelings into something acceptable. I'm not mad, I'm just busy. It's not a big deal. I'll deal with it later. But exhaustion messes with that system. Instead of explaining your feelings, you feel them. That's why tired honesty doesn't sound polished, it sounds messy. It comes out as tears, silence, sarcasm, or one sentence you didn't plan. Your emotions aren't suddenly stronger. Your ability to hide them is just weaker. Fatigue removes the emotional packaging. What's left is the raw version. And sometimes, it's not just emotions that leak out. It's the truth about other people. Which brings us to sign number 3. When you're tired, your social filter quietly shuts down. All day long, you're managing impressions. You soften your tone, you choose your words, you protect relationships. But exhaustion makes one dangerous decision for you. It prioritizes honesty over harmony. That's why tired people say things like, "I actually don't like them. That comment bothered me. I felt ignored." Not because they want conflict, but because they no longer have the energy to pretend everything is fine. Your brain stops optimizing for likability and starts optimizing for relief. And here's the part nobody warns you about. When you're tired, you don't just tell the truth about others. You tell the truth about yourself. Which brings us to sign number 4. When you're tired, you accidentally reveal parts of yourself you usually keep hidden. By hidden parts, I mean the thoughts, insecurities, or desires you usually tuck away. I don't feel good enough. I miss someone I shouldn't. I'm scared I'm failing. During the day, your brain acts like a bouncer, blocking anything too vulnerable from leaving. At night, or when you're exhausted, the bouncer takes a nap. Suddenly, your most personal truths start slipping out, sometimes as confessions, sometimes as jokes, sometimes as silent sighs you think no one hears. It's not dramatic, it's just, well, real. And sometimes, it's not just parts of yourself that escape. It's the feelings you didn't even know were there, deep, raw, and unfiltered. Which brings us to sign number 5. When you're tired, you apologize for everything, even things you shouldn't. That annoying little voice that says, "Sorry I'm late, sorry for being tired, sorry I exist." Normally, your brain can manage your social presence. It knows when an apology is necessary and when it isn't. But exhaustion lowers your filter and inflates your guilt radar. Suddenly, every tiny thing feels like a transgression. Breathing too loud? Apologize. Saying the wrong word? Apologize. Existing in the wrong mood? Double apologize. It's exhausting, emotionally messy, and ironically, honest. Because what you're really saying is, I'm aware of myself even when I'm tired. And it only gets deeper from here. Because when your brain is tired, it doesn't just make you over-apologize, it makes you reveal what you truly desire. Which brings us to sign number 6. When you're tired, you stop censoring your desires. All day, your brain is busy keeping your wants socially acceptable. I shouldn't want that. It's selfish to think that. Just let it go. But fatigue short-circuits the filter, and suddenly your desires start slipping out, sometimes in words, sometimes in sighs, sometimes in restless gestures. That's why late-night conversations often end with, "I've wanted this for years. I wish I could just say it. I'm tired of pretending I don't care." Tired honesty isn't just about truth. It's about admitting what your heart has been trying to hide. And that is both liberating and terrifying. And finally, there's the last sign. The one that makes even the most controlled people spill their deepest, unspoken truths without realizing it. Which brings us to sign number 7. When you're tired, you spill secrets you didn't even know were inside you. All week, all month, all year, you've been stacking thoughts, feelings, and regrets in a corner of your mind. During the day, you don't notice them. You're busy. You're distracted. You tell yourself, it's fine, I'll deal with it later. But fatigue doesn't lie. When your brain runs out of energy, all the walls come down. Suddenly, you're confessing things you didn't realize were even there. I feel lonely. I miss someone. I've been scared to try. This isn't oversharing, it's self-revelation. The tired brain is brutally honest because it's exhausted, but also because it's desperate for clarity. And that's why sometimes your 2 a.m. thoughts are the most truthful ones you'll ever hear. So next time you're exhausted, pay attention. Your brain is telling you the truth you've been too busy to hear. And now, let's wrap this up with some reflections, because there's one more thing every tired truth teller needs to remember. It's messy, it's vulnerable, and honestly, it's kind of beautiful. Next time you're tired, notice what slips out. Your words, your feelings, your hidden thoughts, they're telling you who you really are. And here's a challenge for you. Think back to the last time you said something you didn't mean to, late at night. What did it reveal about you? Comment below, because chances are someone else needs to hear that truth too. If this video made you nod, laugh, or cringe in recognition, share it with a friend. And don't forget to grab your tea, because clarity always tastes better when it's slow, honest, and a little messy.